The EcoVee is a mobile unit, an environmentally smart solution to a global processing requirement. Around 90% of the Earth's population that have some form of wastewater treatment are connected to a septic tank. The liquid from the septic tank filters into the soil, while the sludge settles in the tank. Microorganisms in the tank and the soil purify the water. The water that passes through finally ends up in the groundwater, a lake or the sea. In order for the septic tank to work, the sludge that has gathered must be removed at regular intervals. The most widely used method today is to empty the tank completely using a vacuum truck. When the sludge is removed, it also removes microorganisms that are so important to the function of the septic system. Then it takes a long time for the biological process to restart. This leads to an increase in contaminants, which can hamper the infiltration process and lead to reduced performance. Transporting water by road is also costly and harmful for the environment. Conventional vacuum removal of the sludge from septic tanks also imposes large load fluctuations on sewage treatment plants, which creates operating problems and increased treatment costs. Our world-patented system is called the EcoVee and allows sludge to be dewatered at the septic tank itself without the addition of polymers. When dewatering is complete, the liquid is returned to the tank with the microorganisms that are so important to the process, thereby improving the natural treatment process. The amount of water that has to be transported away is reduced by 95% compared with conventional sludge removal. With the EcoVee, the incoming coarse screenings are separated first and collected in a plastic sack. The sludge is then separated mechanically in several stages. In the EcoVee process, there is no need to add any chemicals during dewatering. Otherwise, polymers are often used. After treatment, the sludge normally has a dry content of 25 to 30% and can be composted or burned to generate energy. When our municipality decided to move away from the old sludge vacuum truck system, they chose EcoVee dewatering technology. We won the contract and were given the assignment. We're now in the second year of using the EcoVee system, and out of 30 septic tanks, we can see that 29 are working considerably better now than when we began. The process has been introduced at most septic tanks. It means we can set out in the morning and dewater septic tanks all day without having to travel back to the sewage treatment plant, so we save time and money. Normally, sludge tankers drive around with sludge that has a water content of 97 to 98%. In terms of the global environment, it seems completely wrong to be transporting water around, especially when climate change and greenhouse gases are such important environmental issues. The EcoVee eliminates traveling between customers and treatment plants, and as a result, cuts transportation time in half. As a direct consequence, it also greatly reduces fuel consumption in comparison with conventional sludge removal trucks. With the EcoVee, the process starts and ends at the septic tank, and the system does not put any burden on the sewage treatment plant at all. This means staff at the sewage treatment plants do not need to worry about overloading the plant due to incoming sludge from septic tanks. Since we stopped taking outside sludge from septic tanks, the treatment plant has been working much better. Peak loads have dropped considerably, as well as our costs for chemicals and sludge treatment. That's why we recommend EcoVee. During 1 year, the current emissions of suspended solids from 16 Swedish septic tanks were measured. 6 of the septic tanks were emptied using conventional vacuum truck, and 10 of the septic tanks were dewatered using the EcoVee technology. 2 months after service, the conventional drain septic tanks had doubled their emission of suspended solids, whereas the septic tanks that had been dewatered using the EcoVee had decreased their emission by approximately a third. The trend kept up even at measurements made at 6 and 12 months after service. Since they started emptying our tanks using the new dewatering system, we've had no problems with stoppages or the like. We don't even need to agitate the tanks anymore, which we and our neighbours always had to do before. It's worked out really well. I hope they continue using this new method. EcoVee has already become the natural choice for many municipalities. When will it reach you?